Welcome back everybody to the daily show where we discuss and do technical analysis on big mega cap stocks. So before we get started, please smash that like button, and 100 plus likes on this video would be greatly appreciated, guys. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. Now if you want to support the channel and get my daily trade ideas, my swing trade ideas, live trading, and all kinds of setups, definitely check out their link down below in the description for Patreon. And now let's get right into it, guys. So before we get started, I just wanted to say thank you to each and every one of you guys putting an effort and putting 150 likes on my video. That is greatly appreciated, and I know we can get over 200, guys. So let's just make it happen here on this video. If we can get 200 plus likes right here on this video, it's weekend and I know a lot of you guys are enjoying your time off, so we can definitely reach that goal here on this video. We can get over 200 plus likes. Now what's happening here in the market? Well, Tesla definitely breaking out, and we talked about it before that if we can get over 20-day moving average, now sitting close to 215, we might see a bigger move on Tesla, and we got a massive gap on top. And we could see Tesla actually going up and filling this entire gap at 245.63. So what's next here on Tesla? You can see Tesla Friday actually, it was up almost 1% and got over 215, holding over 20-day moving average. So that is looking extremely bullish going into Monday's session. If we can actually hold anywhere from, I would say, 215 to 212, that is going to be a buying opportunity on Tesla. And this thing can push easily up to this high right here. That's going to be around 233. And over that level, you're going to see immediately Tesla retesting this resistance right here, 240. And then this gap getting filled at 245.63. Now, if this is actually some sort of a dead cat bounce and Tesla actually gets a pullback and takes out this big support, 215, also takes out 212, in that case you're going to see a dump off down to 207 and then 200, and under 200 huge flush all the way back down to 183. On AMD it's up 0.81%, so AMD also breaking out and looks like now it's holding 148. Now we talked about it in my last video that AMD needs to get over 148, and if that happens, the next stop, this gap getting filled just under 154. So that should be the next stop. As long as we can hold going into Monday's session, support right here 148, you're going to see a move up to 153.80, and from there, as long as AMD can hold after filling this gap right here around 153, there is going to be more upside up to 155 and possibly a break over 155. This 50-day moving average, AMD can move even higher up to 164, and then even we can talk about this gap right here at 174.53. Now, AMD comes down and takes out 148. In that case, we do have support down here now at 143, 140, and then 138. Under 138, AMD will flush again all the way back down to 125 and then 122. So Netflix also going up 1.64%, and we talked about it in my video before that the next stop is 680. And what happened on Friday? You can see right here on my screen, high for the day 680, got a bit of a rejection there, came back. It was trading far outside the Bollinger Band here on top, came back and now retracing down to this Bollinger Band and holding over 671 and pretty much trading at 674. So what's next right here on Netflix? Well, if there is any kind of a pullback, we need to hold 664. Underneath that level, we do have strong support right here at 653, 50-day and 5-day moving average right here. And only if that gives up, you're going to see continuation to the downside down to 633, 20-day moving average, and then critical support at 630. But the longer time we spend over 664 is extremely bullish, and this thing can move back up to 680. And as soon as we get over 680, watch out for a move all the way back up to 700 on Netflix. On Amazon, stock is down 0.30%, so absolutely flat on the day, and Amazon did not even get down to this 20-day moving average, which is sitting at 174.81. So I would say 175. It's not even there on Friday, trading at 177, and we actually got up to a new high, especially on this new uptrend up to 178.34, and now trading at 177. So Amazon, we can afford a pullback, possibly down to this gap 173. And if that happens, as long as the support can hold, guys, before filling this gap, this could be a nice trade idea right here. As long as support can hold right here, we can play this back up to the upside right here up to 180 and possibly up to 182 to close this gap. But we need that pullback before heading higher and filling this gap. Now, if this thing actually continues going into Monday's session, then watch out. Without a pullback, the next resistance here on Amazon stock will be here at 180, and over that it's going to fill this gap at 182. And then we also have strong resistance here at 185, and the 50-day moving average also sitting near 185. So that's going to be a big resistance to watch if this thing actually makes a move up to this gap, and then possibly up to 50-day moving average. On a pullback, there will be support at 175, 173, gap fill and reversal possible, and this could be our buying opportunity as long as the support holds. But if that gives up, you're going to see a dump off back down to 167. On Meta, it's down 1.84%. So what we saw, everything pretty much staying up and staying in the green. Big names, Meta actually down. So this thing was going too fast, too quick to the upside, and you can see now it's coming down. Now also, I know a lot of you guys will say, and I can see that as well, that this could be a double top here. Now we have no confirmation until the neckline breaks, which is down here, I would say 452. But I think in near future we actually get another bigger pullback in October, right? And if that happens, and if this double top is actually the double top, we might see Meta coming down again under 500. So Meta here, guys, now it's holding, especially 5-day moving average on this daily time frame, 527.20. That's going to be the key level going into Monday's session, and underneath that level you're going to see 520 to 518, this gap getting filled. Now that needs to hold on a pullback, otherwise you're going to see a bigger dump off down to 506 to 500 and then 490 on Meta. Now if Meta just pulling back and this is actually just a mini pullback consolidation, then watch out for the breakout over 531, and that should take Meta back up to 538 and then retesting previous all-time highs and possibly making even brand new all-time highs, which could be 545, 551, even 558. On Google, stock is up 0.96%, so I'm not going to actually go back and show you guys what I said, but people that are subscribed to my channel, watching my videos regularly, you guys know, on my last video, I actually called this out that this might be the dip that you want on Google because everything else is pretty much gone back up to all-time highs or near all-time highs. All the stocks, look at Apple, it's gone. Even Tesla going back up, and then we got some of the other names like Nvidia, everything pretty much going back up. And Meta, we talked about it just a minute ago, back up to all-time highs, right? This is the only stock actually left, and it's behind. And I did get a position here on Google, and so far that position is green and might be going up even more. So that is why in my last video I said this could be an opportunity. Don't take it as a negative thing here that Google is down and we should just get out and sell everything, right? This was a nice opportunity, and you can see the move here on Friday, guys, huge. This thing was up to 167, came back. We did not hold, over 13-day moving average right here, 165, came back, but it's near 165, and especially above this low down here from that, big sell-off right here. So as long as we spend time over, I would say 162 to 165, there is a huge possibility next week we might see Google going back up to 168 to retest negative sloping 20-day moving average, this white line, and possibly going over and closing this gap at 170. So watch out for that here on Google stock. Now, Google gets under 162, then I would be really cautious because this thing can come down all the way back down to 155. On Apple stock, it's up 0.59%. So Apple absolutely out of the woods. And now this thing can continue, and possibly Apple investors and traders are targeting this gap on top, 232.33. Now you can see, Apple here, that is just an insane move. And that is why on this sell-off that Monday, guess what? Out of all the stocks, what I did here in this market, day traded Apple stock, because since I got in right at opening, this thing went up 10 bucks within just few minutes. Made a massive amount of money buying this dip. So whenever you see big names like Apple, Microsoft, Google dropping big time, I don't know about you guys, but I usually pick up that dip immediately. I don't care if it goes down even more, I'll just buy even more. And all the time, whenever you buy big names on a big sell-off, look at the reward right here. Huge. 196 to now 227 almost on Friday. So that is Apple for you. Now, we talked about it before in my video. There were people that actually bought Apple stock at 165, 166, and they sold for loss. And you can see how well this stock holds up. Even after Warren Buffett, selling a lot of shares, does not matter, because Apple is not something that everybody will sell. If there is a dip, there is more Warren Buffett's out there sitting and waiting with cash to buy the dip. He's just not only the only guy who's got money, guys. There is a lot of other people, and even nowadays, retail traders, investors, they're making millions of dollars. They have money. People will buy big names like Apple, Microsoft, Google, and all that when there is a big dip. Now, I'm not saying this is actually a huge dip, but it was a decent dip from 237 down to 196. That is a huge amount of dip, at least in the short term, to play this, and especially like a swing trade or day trade. Even on a downtrend, you can still make a lot of money. So, people always think that, when there is a big sell-off, just get out and run for the door. And if you can make that, decision right at that time, all you need is one good trade, and your life will change forever. And that is why, these are opportunities. Never think that, crash is here and let's just close my door and, get the heck out. I don't want to be any part of this crash, right? Whenever you think about that, you're just going to lose money where you could have made a lot of money. Now, Apple here, we're almost near all-time highs, and I know this gap is in play now. The longer time we spend over 225, the next stop 230, and over that, immediately you're going to see this gap getting filled, 232.33. And if it gets up there or even here, yes, there is a possibility of a double top here on Apple as well. Now, to the downside, if this thing gets a pullback, takes out 225, in that case, the next support down here, 5-day moving average, 222, 220, 217, 50-day moving average, and under 217, this thing will come back all the way back down to 207 again. On Microsoft, is down 0.61%, and it was struggling all day on Friday. Did not get over 420, got a rejection, and now trading and holding over this white line, 20-day moving average, which is sitting near 417. So we do have support levels that I want to give you guys for Monday's session. You can see right on my screen, and I would call this, round this up at 417, 20-day moving average. That's going to be key level to watch. Underneath that level, we also have 5-day moving average. That's going to be at 415 right here. And then we also have support at 413, and only under 413, you're going to see this gap getting filled just under 409, which is going to be a buying opportunity as long as after filling this gap, the support holds around 408 to 409. Otherwise, you're going to see a flush back down to 400. Now, we get some sort of a pullback. As long as the support can hold, you can play this back up to the upside right here near the gap. Now to the upside, we get that breakout over $420, and it can actually hold. In that case, watch out for a move, maybe after some consolidation right here up to this 50-day moving average, 435.54, and over that, this gap comes into play and possibly will go up and close this gap at 443. On Nvidia stock, it's up 1.40%. So we talked about it before in my video. When Nvidia was holding right here that 117.85, we can recapture, reclaim this support right here. The next stop 126, and we're almost there, guys. 125 almost came on Friday, and now trading near 126. So Nvidia stock going into Monday's session. If you're looking for a short-term swing trade or maybe even a day trade, this is not the location that you want to go long or short or anything. You want to wait for some sort of a pullback down to this support 117.85. As long as the support can hold, you can play this back up to the upside. Now, if this support gives up right here, 117.85, the next support around 114 to 113, and then we're coming back down to 107. Now, the longer time we spend over 117.85, this is actually a huge level of support here on Nvidia stock. We might see a breakout over 126, and if that happens, the next stop 130 and then 136, and over that blue sky, we might be going up for brand new all-time high on Nvidia stock again. And that's all I have for you guys in this video. Thank you so much for watching, guys.